Welcome back to another LSPDFR patrol. Today we have some new updates to our game. The first one being is a new Stop the Ped feature, which we're going to demonstrate right here. So Stop the Ped slowly has been kind of accumulating other mods and putting it into Stop the Ped, or at least replicating their features. And one of those is the Store the Gun mod, where it was called Grab My Gun, and what it did, you could store weapons in your vehicle, and when you wanted them you could pull them back out. So now Stop the Ped has that feature. So you open your contacts menu, and through here you can grab your rifle or your shotgun, and this is all editable in the .ini it comes with. And here you can see my rifle. You can also choose what different attachments you want on it. So to stow it back, you just go right back to it and hit store rifle. In addition to that, you also have access to a shotgun, also you can set your ammo count as well for these weapons. So for example, I already have my pistol on me, but you can see we have 48 bullets, and makes it a little more realistic. Typically I run with like a really high ammo count, so I'm excited to test some of those features out. With Ultimate Backup, we've got some just minor changes to that mod on the back end that are supposed to make it a little better. I did replace the stretcher model, so if we get EMS pulling out the stretcher for anyone, I'm hoping we could take a look at that stretcher and see how it works and how it looks in the game. And also we have a return of an old callouts pack, callouts 5 or callouts V. It hasn't been updated in quite some time, but just got an update today, and it's got some callouts we'll be taking a look at. So let's go ahead, get today's patrol started. Dispatch Lincoln 18, show me 1041 108.
Roger that. Citizens report a motor vehicle accident on South Shambles Street.
Copy that. Dispatch, show Lincoln 18 responding.
Roger.
Alright, we're gonna head code 2 over there, check it out. It's gonna be a motor vehicle accident. We don't have any reports of any injuries, so we don't know exactly what's going on there. The other thing I've removed from my game is Interaction Plus for now. A lot of those features Stop the Ped has started to incorporate, including sobriety tests and the field testing for any possible narcotics. So a lot of those features were being replicated, and I figure if I can remove a mod, that's always a good thing, especially in terms of performance. Alright, what I'm gonna do here, yep, looks like they are right here. We're gonna shut this roadway down for now. Dispatch, show me on scene.
Roger that. 1 Lincoln 18.
Let's get additional.
Backup needed on
Okay, there are a couple keybinds. New note was added to your investigation menu. Investigation menu is going to T is okay. T is going to be your interaction. Observation: you have arrived on scene to find 2 people in the road next to 2 vehicles that appear to have been involved in a rear-end collision. Speaking of the drivers, is probably the best course of action. You can ask each ped to follow you to get their story, otherwise they might argue. Oh, they're arguing right now. Here we go, here we go. Break it up. Hey, you two, break it up, break it up. Stop.
Asshole.
Stop, break it up.
Dispatch, we have a visual.
I just pulled the gun. Oh, where's my taser? I don't think I have my taser on me. Hey, stop, both of you.
Don't make me shoot you.
We got one running. On the ground, man.
You're under arrest, you piece of crap.
Dispatch, show 1 in custody.
10-4, copy that. 1 Lincoln 18.
All right. So it looks like I got some conflicts there. I think I want to change that to Y, where you could talk to them, and they're starting to tell their side of the story, what happened. We couldn't really get to that point because they started to fight. So what I'm gonna do,
Suspect in a car.
I'm gonna call, oh, sounds like you just got in a vehicle.
Assistance needed.
Call an
on
additional for him.
Hangarway.
We're gonna contain this scene here.
Dispatch, this is Victor 13. We're on it.
All right, so tell me what happened.
We have the suspect in sight.
I'm just waiting for a friend. Okay. Any reason you're trying to fight this individual? All right. Anything illegal on you? You don't have the right to touch me. Right now, you're under arrest, okay? You need to figure out who you are, if you have anything on you, and you're going to be taken to jail for fighting. Oh, he's got a baggie of possible heroin. That's what I'm going to do. All right, go ahead, have a seat in there. Sounds like they might have lost him. So to test, we've done this before. You just go to the back there and you can do your narcotics field test. It will automatically test any suspicious substances, and it's saying we don't have any, which is not true. Okay. So it's not going to let us test it, unfortunately. Let's run the plate checks on these. Requesting plate check.
Roger. 1 Lincoln 18.
It's gonna be 6-5 King George Washington 913.
Suspect's license plate.
A region
6-5
justice.
King George William 913. No 1099.
All right, let's run this one. It's gonna be 46 Edward King 572.
Target vehicle license plate.
Dan
4 6
Jensen.
Edward King 572. No 1099.
Copy that.
10-4, copy that.
All right, he's got a suspended license too. So I don't know if we can actually charge him for driving on the suspended, since we actually didn't see him driving. But definitely, we're gonna get an assault charge in there. Really, it's battery. And then I can't test the narcotics for some reason, so won't be able to take a look at that. Yep. And then we're still getting this control coming in. So right now what we're going to do, I'm going to search the cars, see if we find anything else in here. Bottle of hand sanitizer. Wonderful. And a bong and something containing a liquid residue. All right, let's just make sure none of that can be tested. I don't think it can. No. All right, so what we're going to do is go ahead and start getting these vehicles towed. Requesting tow truck. We'll get flatbeds for both of these.
Flatbed. Assistance required on Hangar Way. Flatbed. Backup required on Hangar Way.
pull off to the side here. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that first one. Looks like it disappeared. You also can now ask questions to people you have arrested. So you don't actually have to pull them out. You can just ask them right through there, which is a nice feature. All right, we're gonna get a transport for him.
Backup required. And
back on his motorcycle. We got the other flatbed trying to make its way down here. And once transports have been picked up and the suspect, once the car's been picked up and the suspect, will go ahead and be done here. So I do have a couple key binding issues. I'll try to fix those and see if we can get a little smoother experience with Callouts V. But this particular callout was from Callouts V, just a motor vehicle collision, a couple different scenarios.
On Innocence Boulevard.
Dispatch, copy that. Show me responding.
10-4.
All right, we're getting reports of a broken down vehicle. Somebody's called 911, so we're gonna head over there. Looks like it's just gonna be right down the road. I did go into the .ini for callouts V, and I switched some of the settings, so we'll see if I get less of some conflicts there. That's the thing with, oh man, he is broken down in probably one of the worst spots to be broken down in. Yeah, the problem with running a lot of mods is you will constantly run into key conflicts with other mods, and you just have to kind of work around them. Requesting plate check. It's gonna be a 09 Union Charles Zebra 575.
Target vehicle license plate 09 Union Charles Zebra 575. A traffic violation.
Came back with no registration. Copy that, dispatch.
10-4.
All right, so if we hit U, this is our observation window. You've arrived on scene to find a graphite sentinel stopped in the middle of the road. Appears to have smoke coming from the engine bay. The vehicle isn't going to go anywhere. The driver looks annoyed. Perhaps speaking to them will help uncover what's going on. Oh, we're missing all the text. You need to arrange recovery and get the vehicle moved or repaired. If you're not injured and nothing else, I'll need to leave you to it. Okay, thanks for your time, officer. So it seems like you brings up that note thing, and then as well as all the text and stuff right away. I don't know if I need to open that sooner or what's going on. I will mention Callouts V is currently in some type of alpha, so possibly there are going to be some bugs with it. So he says he's broken down. I don't think he's going to be able to move it. Let's get him out of the vehicle.
Right
All right, sir. If you go ahead, just follow me to the side of the road. We'll work on getting you a tow truck. I don't want you sitting in your vehicle or you could possibly get hit by a car. Do you have some identification on you?
Some ID, please.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Requesting ped check for Dust Smith, 12/18/1997. License is valid, no active warrants. All right, so the only thing we really saw is the registration on the car is not going to be valid. However, he's broken down. I'm not going to give him a hard time about it. So let's just tell him we're going to get this vehicle towed off, okay? Do you have a repair shop you prefer, sir? Okay, all right. Let me make a call real quick and we'll get this thing towed.
Tow truck. Assistance needed.
So right now we're just
in
helping. We're kind of
Strawberry.
blocking the traffic off of him, so he doesn't have to worry about that.
Yo!
All right, man. It's been towed. Are you gonna be good from here? All right, here's your ID back.
You can go now.
Have a nice day.
This is whack.
So we do have a couple other menus that are part of Call of Duty. Let's see if we can get any of them to work. Left shift Y, not doing anything. Then we have left control key A is an assistance menu, which is blank. I guess that just populates whenever we need it. Not exactly sure what we'd find there. There are a couple check ped stuff where you can get IDs off of dead peds. That's not something we're gonna really need to be able to do because with stop the ped we already have that feature. There is a roadblock hotkey as well, and I've disabled that too because we already have that feature through a different mod. So a lot of different things you can possibly do based on your preferences, but like I said, it's currently in alpha, and I'll continue to take a look at some of these callouts in future videos. But that's gonna do it for today's patrol. I hope you did enjoy it. As always, I love to hear your feedback. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to leave a comment in the video comment section below. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next patrol.